In this video, I'm going to try and swap out my SR5 base plate to some steering wheel controls. Here's my clock spring, because you'll need one that has extra pins. Once we open mine, you'll see that mine doesn't have this little 10-pin connector. And here's the matching 10-piece connector. Here's the ground wire. And let's get started. Some basic tools, maybe an old network cable so you can splice from your radio down to your steering wheel spiral connector. So I bought this off eBay for about 20-30 bucks. And then I bought this about 70 bucks off eBay. Here's the part number. This is a 2010 4runner. First step, remove this cover. Get access to the T30. That side, same as well. It's just in the little rubber grommet, so on each side. And after that, you can just pull this right out. Here are the wires behind it. Plug that, unplug that, and there's a ground down there as well. End of the brown wire. Just get a little flathead. Pry these buttons up. Mark a few places to make sure it's nice and lined up. Once we take out this 19mm bolt, just do a little mark with the pen, and then also do up here, make sure everything's lined up as well. Made a little mark there with the white marker, and some up here as well, just to line everything up. And you can see in this clock spring, there's no 10-pin, so that is why we're switching it out to something like this. You just kind of rock it back and forth. And it'll come out. Here's your old clock spring. You can see it moves. You don't really want to be twisting this too much. Just leave everything lined up so when you put in your new one, it'll be nice and easy. We'll remove this. Once you get those two Phillips out, just kind of pry a tool in between there and kind of pull it down. And on the side, just kind of wiggle it straight down and it should come off. And here's the tabs. This is a kind of little hook right there. Same as that one. Here are the tabs on the side. And this side as well. Access to the clock spring. And all the cables. To the clock spring itself. Little tabs, just kind of pull down. One here, and then one on top. So the black one's really easy, just a little flathead. This one, there's a little clip in there. Just push that, and then you can pull it out. This white one right here. And then you pull it out. Blue one down there as well. Just push on the tab and pull with your fingers down. There's the two compared. First, we need to get this sensor off. It's the Toyota sensor steering. And this one doesn't come with it, so just a couple tabs are on the side there. And it should pop right off. This might be overdoing it, but I just taped it so it doesn't spin in case I ever want to reinstall this. And we'll pop up all the clips to get off this blue piece removed. Comes just straight out. Transfer it over. Snap straight in. And don't remove that orange clip till you're ready to install it at the end, because you don't want to misalign it. Now with that all ready to go, it all just snaps back in there. And we'll get removing these plastic pieces for Phillips. Okay. Pops off, and pop the other side off. Here's not many clips here, just kind of pull straight out. It's installed. There's an extra one of these that we won't need from the cruise control. Right, here's the clock radio that you'll have to wire up. I'll put a diagram below. I had someone help me from the forums. But basically that white, red, and blue wire is what controls your radio connected to your controls on your steering wheel. So right here, they're here, but when I pull out my radio, they will not be behind there. So we'll have to connect it. So you just gotta, you can freeze frame this to see the wiring of the clock radio. And see which pins are taken. So the top three are the ones we're going to be working with. The red, the blue, red, and white. You snap off that little orange. These marks should line up, as well as these marks. And this will be 35 foot-pounds for the 19mm bolts. If you have two grounds, you don't really need this for the horn. So we just depin this blue one. So it'll be this bottom left one right here. Just stick a little thing in there and then pull it out from the back. One for yourself out of a blade, but these little cheap depinning ones are pretty nice. So we'll just kind of push it in there, that bottom left one, and see how the pin works. Here's behind my radio. I'll put a diagram below, but basically you need 6, 7, and 8. These are empty on the radio side if you have an SR5 model. So I'll put the diagram in this video, make it easy, just freeze frame it. But basically you need to connect these pins down to your, under your steering wheel. I'm just using an old network cable. And it'll make a lot more sense when you see the diagram. All right, and to confirm it works, just want to make sure they both light up. Here's the wiring there. And then I can get a good angle. Here's the wiring up there. Here's a little Ethernet cable. All right. So you can program it based on, and these are the controls I decided to use, and volume. That's pretty much it. You can assign anything you want. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment, send me a message.